Proposed legislation for me is a no-brainer. It is, when it comes to fees, is one of those prime examples, textbook examples of market failures. And we can make the markets, the retirement markets, work a lot better and thereby shore up retirement security for millions of American families who've lost, even after recovery in the markets, $14.9 trillion in total wealth during the crisis. Obviously, families feel enormous pressures, especially lower and moderate income families, feel enormous pressures to rebuild their wealth as fast as they can. But there are a number of obstacles, and I want to highlight 3 of them that are important today. First, typically only a little over half of all private sector workers have even access to retirement savings plans at their employers. That's clearly a market failure. Employers are often reluctant to offer these plans despite the tax incentives to do so because of the complexity that is associated with the market, the costs that are associated with offering these plans for their workers. And so clearly there's something we can do to improve the workings in the market to take advantage of the incentives that already exist. Second, fees, as we already heard, reduce the total amount of savings. They can, the typical fee, about 1%, 1.5% of assets each year, reduces over the career of a worker, reduces savings assets by about 25 to 30%. For lower income families, the fees typically are higher, somewhere around 2%. That can cut about 50% of retirement savings. So your savings at the end of your career are 50% lower than they otherwise would have been. So clearly there is a need, there's a real benefit. It seems like small amounts, 1%, 1.5% per year, but it adds up to very large savings over the course of a lifetime. It's actually one of the biggest things we can do to shore up retirement savings to reduce those fees, and that we can do by increasing competition in the market. Third, we do need to pay attention to more than just the costs, and the proposed legislation does that to inform savers about the risks that they're facing when they invest their money in retirement savings accounts. And that's critical given the lack of diversification, a lot of other things that people have done wrong in the past because they misunderstood or underestimated the risks in their retirement savings. So greater transparency is the policy goal, greater transparency of the costs and the risk associated with retirement savings. The proposed legislation will exactly do that. More transparency will allow ultimately for more comparison shopping between retirement savings options and thereby reduce the market, the costs, the risk associated with retirement savings, improve the market for retirement savings, make it more efficient, make it more effective, offer more appropriate retirement savings, and I welcome this legislative proposal. Thank you very much.